one person said it can be done and proved it, and everybody else went about the task of doing it themselves. That's how I work. If I know that you can do it, and I want it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out how you did it. I'm going to learn from you. I'm going to practice, and I'm going to get there. Most importantly, if I'm inspired, then I will do whatever it takes. And I would like for you to be inspired. I would like the next few minutes to be a moment of inspiration for you, to stretch what you think is capable, what you think is possible, probable for yourself. And so I've invited some people to come up and share how they've been playing a bigger game, how they've gotten out of their own way, getting themselves into the right environment that produces the result that creates astonishment in people who look at them. There are a lot of people that I could have invited to be here. There are hundreds of students in the Klein Attraction Business School. They all deserve to be up here because they all have made leaps and bounds. And yet, if that were the case, we would be here until next Wednesday. And you know what? I know you would want to. But I could only have a few people here. I decided, Derek and I and the team decided to select a few people at different levels of their business, in different industries, because we wanted to show you and remove any doubt that you could do it yourself by giving you a varied cross-section of different entrepreneurs. And so I would like to invite, with your help, certain members of the Klein Attraction Business School. Give them a hand.
You're simply the best.
Woo!
Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your arms, at the start of every night and every day.
Woo! Have a seat. The Klein Attraction Business School creates miracles every day. The thing is, I don't do this on my own. I have the best team on the planet. And the best business partner and coach that I could possibly have ever asked for. Derek Fredrickson, everybody.
Give this American boy, give this American boy. Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to come pick you with you. You'll be my American boy, American boy.
Oh my God, I love that that's your new song.
Don't you?
Yes. What was it before? The Sharp Dressed Man? That was awesome too.
You like that?
Yes, I do like that. Hi there.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Don't you look nice? No pressure, there are thousands of people watching you. So we simply want to give you a little sneak peek into what it's like to be someone who has made a conscious decision to play a bigger game in service to others, and what's required and what happens as a result. And I just want to say congratulations, everybody. Some of you have only been in CABS, this is what we affectionately called the Client Attraction Business School, for a few months. And some have been here producing results for a few years. And I would like for you to share openly about what you've experienced as a result of being part of us and playing a bigger game. Jessica, let's start with you, since you're right here. Isn't she gorgeous? Yes. Not just on the outside. Jessica, tell us who you are. Tell us about your business, how long you've been in CABS.
Hi, I'm super honored to be here. My name is Jessica Butts, affectionately here known as at CABS and a little bit in Seattle, Washington, and also known as Dr. Kick Butts. I am the creator of LiveYourLifeFromTheFrontSeat.com, where I show people exactly how to accomplish magnificent things in their life, their relationships, and their business by understanding their innate personality type.
Awesome. How was that? How was that?
And I joined 1 year ago today.
Yes.
Wow.
You were sitting in that chair.
I was here 1 year ago. I came all the way from Seattle, so I decided to make a vacation out of it. And I said, I'm going to be on the stage next year. I wrote a goal card. I wrote it on the beach on Thursday, and with a lot of other ones that have already come true. And I set the intention to be here, and it can happen.
You made it happen.
I made it
Can we give her a hand for that? So, Jessica, tell us a little bit about what your situation was like a year ago.
I wondered if you would ask this. So, yeah, I was a bit of a hot mess. What a difference a year makes. I was chosen to be on the hot seat, and I was kind of given the name here, actually, at Mindset of Dr. Kick Butts. And I think one of the most interesting things about last year for me and this transformation of this year was that I, like almost all of you probably in this room, are intuitive type. I'm an intuitive type, so are you, so are probably 90% of you. And in the outside world, as you call it, the muggle world,
Yes.
I am a weirdo. I'm totally misunderstood. I'm a psychotherapist for practice. That's what I do for my day job, I call it now. And I started my practice, and a year and a half later, I was here wanting to do more. And people just had absolutely no idea what I was doing. My mother, my husband at the time, was just like, why don't you slow down? I don't understand. Like, you have a full practice, you're making money, what's your problem? And I thought, oh, do I have a problem? I actually think I'm kind of awesome. And like, I just want to help more people and do better stuff in the world. So that's weird. I don't know. So I came here by myself, and I just soaked it all in, and I got called up and joined CABS in that moment. And everything in my life has transformed. And part of the Dr. Kick Butts thing is that last year I allowed people to see me and tell me the way that they see me. And for the last year, I have been enveloping that and incorporating that into who I am. And I think I've completely grown my butterflies. I've transformed into who I'm supposed to be, so that I can share my brownies. Because when the little people in my life, God bless my mother, and actually my ex-husband, he's a perfectly nice human being.
You were married at this time last year.
Oh yeah, for 20 years. And, oh yeah. Yeah, I got a lot to happen this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm no longer married to him. He's a good friend of mine. He's, again, a perfectly nice human being. He doesn't believe in me. And I'm sorry, that is not freaking acceptable in my life anymore. So now I fly from Seattle to freaking Connecticut 5 times a year to hang out with people that are like me, and it's totally awesome.
And by virtue of flying to Connecticut a few times a year, what's happened to your income?
Yeah, I've made a lot more money. Yeah, I've made, it's interesting. I'm a little bit like Scott. I've done a lot. Like, I've started a new radio show. I have way more clients. I'm doing super awesome work. I'm doing programs. I'm doing all kinds of things. I'm making a ton more money. But I am just getting started. Like, 1 year in, I mean, please. Like, I have a lot more to do. So, yes, while, like, I sometimes pat myself on the back, in cabs we do that. It's like a necessity. Day one, you sit down and you write the last 90 days, all the cool shit you've done. Every time, I've done a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what do you do next?
Yeah.
So, yay, and then go.
Yeah. She doubled her income. 60 days. Yeah. Can we give her a hand? Yeah. I'm just bragging for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's part of your job.
How has being in the leverage track, how has being in cabs made a difference for you? You were on your own before,
Yeah. Oh,
feeling
yeah.
unsupported.
Yeah. So again, I'm not a super tangible person. I apologize about that. I'm guessing a lot of you aren't either. So I deal with your innate personality type. This is what I do for business. So I have to own myself, and I am a feeling kind of intuitive type person, and so all my experiences are about that. And it's the community, it's the vortex, it's getting out of all the yucky, sensing, naysaying types out in the regular muggle world and coming into a community of people, just like in this room, that support you, that love you. I mean, maybe part of the reason that I'm even uncomfortable with you talking about doubling my income is at home, in the real world, that's not acceptable. I mean, to be honest, most of the people back at home don't even know I'm doing this because they don't get it. They don't understand why. They don't understand. Aren't you a therapist? Why are you supposed to be sitting seeing clients? Why do you travel so much? But when I'm here, everyone gets me. They push me. What's next? Where are you going, Jessica? We have high expectations for you. So while at home, I'm kind of a badass at home. Like, my friends are like, God, you're doing so much. But then I show up here and I'm kind of just like everybody else.
In a good way.
In a good way. In a good way. Like, anybody in the cabs could be up here because we're all totally kicking ass.
Yeah. How do you like the live meetings? How do you like having several coaches?
There's, it's indescribable. I mean, I guess I'll tell the story of the very first meeting. So I followed Fabienne for a couple of years, and I, again, was surrounded by people who didn't support me and didn't understand what I was doing. And if you're gonna join this thing, you gotta still pay off your, I just got out of my master's. Like, you got $50,000 you need to pay off. Are you crazy? And so I watched you from afar, from a really long time, kind of stalked you a little bit.
It's okay.
And to be honest, I mean, that's your system. That's what I did. I had no clients when I started my practice. I mean, I just believed I was going to be super successful. I had an office before I graduated college. I just did it. And then I had one client a week. I made $80 a week. But I went to work every single day and I listened to your tapes incessantly. I didn't know what an e-zine was. I was like, she must be saying magazine. I don't know what she's talking about. And I just listened, I listened, and everyone said, you can't have a full practice. It's just not possible. You don't take insurance. It's not going to be possible. And I just said, that's bullshit. I just don't believe that. I'm going to do it. And I did. And so, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I forgot what your question was.
Oh, yeah. Don't you want to be like with her all the time?
Oh, yeah. Why you guys are so awesome. Okay. You're a Leo. I forgot. It's
Yeah.
about you. Okay.
It is about me. No,
Okay.
just kidding.
Right. It's about you. Okay. God, it's hot up here. Okay. Okay, so it's about you. Yes. Why are you
what
guys
do you
so
like
awesome?
about? No, what do you like about the meetings?
Oh, I am a squirrel. Okay. So I show up to the first meeting, and we are having the after party thing, which is totally awesome. And we're drinking wine and having fun. And we took a picture together, and we, hugged, and you walked away. And I was like, no, come back. I'm having that moment.
I remember.
I had been seeing all these other people do the thing I wanted to do, but I was too scared, and I had stupid people in my life who didn't believe in me. And then I had my moment. I was like, oh my God, I'm at the Stamford Yacht Club. I didn't even know this place existed.
And you saw all these pictures of people from the Stanford Yacht
Yeah.
Club, and then you
it was
were,
me.
and it was you,
It was me.
all grown up.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, and look at you now.
Yeah.
So I believe that you are continuing this journey with us. What would you?
Yeah.
What would you say as a piece of advice to people who are, I don't know, who've been thinking about this for a couple days?
Yeah, so I just remember this day. I remember seeing people up here last year that inspired me and made me want to do it. And I'm going to be really honest. I went straight into leverage, which means you're supposed to have a certain amount of money. I don't know. I made that amount of money. Whether I had that money is a different story. But because I spend it on shoes and clothes and whatever.
Oh, I know
that. I just went to the back and I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to pay for this, but I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. I know that I'm supposed to learn from you too, because there's tons of coaches out there,
Yep.
and they suck, or they don't have a heart. They just don't have your authenticity.
I hope they're not watching.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'm not paying them, it doesn't matter. They're not paying me, I'm paying them, so I can say whatever I want, right? So there's I don't know. I just implore you to make the decision for yourself. I was married last year to a guy who just did not get this, who did not support this. I have most of my family at home just doesn't understand this. And this was my choice. Because I know I have gifts. I know I'm a weirdo like all of you. That we dream big, we're supposed to do big things. This is where you learn. This is the community that kicks your ass into the next gear, loves you when you have a breakdown, and is gonna take you to the next level. And if I can't even imagine, I would be home sad with a bunch of stupid people at home. Just not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And now it's just the beginning. I'm coming out of the cocoon. My butterfly wings are getting bigger and bigger. And it's just been an amazing opportunity.
Give her a hand, guys. Thank you. Listen, I believe in marriage. When you come into Cabs, it's not like you're gonna leave your spouse, okay?
But you might.
What'd she say?
She said, but you might.
Just saying.
Listen, there.
I am a therapist. I can help. It just might not turn out the way you think.
You are awesome. Thank you, Jessica. Orvi. Hi. Hello. Orvi, tell us who you are, tell us about your business and how long you've been in cabs.
Hi, everyone. My name is Urvi Mehta with PREasy.com, where we help advancing and open-minded entrepreneurs with their internet marketing strategies to help grow their business.
How long have you been part of cabs?
This is year 2. I'm
Yeah.
coming close to the end of year 2, and we'll be starting year 3 very soon. And
Where were
I
you?
was here at Mindset 2 years ago, and I actually met you at a tour stop by a fluke.
Yeah.
We actually live in Michigan, but we're in Phoenix for the summer with my mom. My dad had recently passed away, so we were kind of helping her with some stuff. And since we have an online business, we have the flexibility to be there. And we saw, Janak actually saw a Facebook ad, so Facebook advertising works, everyone.
Yes, Derek.
And he said, you know, we've heard a lot about Fabienne and Derek and Client Attraction. We've kind of been following what you guys have been doing. And, you know, we're here, let's just go check out what they're doing. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, we'll just see. And we get there, and immediately I'm just like, as we're in the tour stop, I'm crying, and he's like, you know, I think you need to go. And I was like, no, we have a young kid. Like, I can't leave for 3 days, leave you with him, and go be in Florida. Like, no. And I was very shy whenever we go to networking events. I was like the latchy one where I only met the people he met because I was never willing to go out there. He's like, no, you have to do this. And I'm like, no, like, I don't want to. Well, finally, he convinced me. He's always been an amazing supporter. So
Yes. Janet? So you came to
So I
Mindset.
came to Mindset, and I sat in the back. I was freaked out. Everyone's dancing. I'm like, where did I come? And as we went through day 1, cried pretty much most of the day because there's just so much that was coming up for me, and I started to see where I always took care of everyone else but never took care of me. And I saw how that didn't allow me to play fully in our business. And we've been in business for a few years, and 2012 was actually one of our worst years in our business. And it was like, how can I, you know, as I'm watching everyone on the panel, I'm like, I want to be there. I know I can do that. So I need to really work on this. I need to be surrounded by people who are advancing in their business. And I didn't even talk to Janak about it, and I kind of filled out the application, and we don't generally do that because we talk about every investment that we make. And I said, I know I need to be here because I feel like I have found a family, and I feel like I found somewhere where I fit in, and I've never found that before. I always felt like I didn't belong, and I had to take care of people to really belong because no one was really there to take care of me. And
Until now.
until now. Well, until 2 years ago.
What's happened in these 2 years? What's happened to your business? What's happened to your income? What's happened to you, Orvi?
So from the business side, it's amazing. I used to dread the business because I felt like I just needed to go get a job. Like I wasn't cut out for this. But I wanted the flexibility. We had a young son. I wanted to be able to do anything and everything I could with him. But I knew that money was a vehicle to be able to do that. And I needed to really be there. Our business, especially in this last year, has been up 70%. We've
How-
already,
70%.
70%.
made by July of this year what we made the entire last year, and we're on track. We're on track to hit our goal of being either crossing 200,000 or being very close to it by the end of this year.
Guys,
I personally, I have done a lot of mindset work, especially this last year, because as you say, new level, new devil.
Yes.
And when we, hit that mark earlier this year, I was like, no, this can't be happening. And I just said, okay, I need to go do some more work on this. And I realized where I was stopping myself and how I wasn't allowing myself to be loved. And if I'm not allowing myself to be loved when there's all this love around me, I can't fully love back. And when that became very clear to me, our business grew even faster at
Yes.
that point because I was fully present, not only for our clients, but for my business partner, for our family, for our team. Like, I was fully invested in the business at that point.
yeah.
And I decided to even make some changes personally. I've always, ever since I could remember, I was heavy.
Yeah.
And I used to I told myself stories that because I was heavy, I wasn't going to be successful, or that's why I didn't get the guy that I wanted, like back in high school. And it was just like on and on. I use it as an excuse, and it's no longer an excuse.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting thinner every day.
Yes. Yes. Orvie, you came up on stage during one of the growth track meetings.
That
And-
was the turning point for me.
It was a defining moment in your entire life. And you've become so much more confident ever since. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. And we love you for it. Why on earth would you come back for a third year in a row?
It's funny, I've had a few people ask me that. Like, why are you continuing? Don't you already have it all figured out? I'm not a know-it-all. And I don't have it figured out. I know that there's still a lot more that needs to be done. And I don't want to do it alone. I love the group that we have where I finally have a click in a positive way. I know that if there's ever a challenge, a struggle, or if the mindset starts to go cuckoo, I can post in the group, in our private Facebook group, and within seconds, multiple messages. I've got Facebook messages, I've got text, I've got a Skype call. Like, there's so much support that the investment to continue is nothing compared to what you get in return.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a true transformation story. And we all love you and champion you like you have no idea.
Thank you.
Suzanne, you're next. Hi.
Hi.
Tell us who you are, tell us about your business, and tell us how long you've been part of CABS.
My name is Suzanne Franchetti. I'm from Port Washington, New York on Long Island. The business is Franchetti Communications. The current URL is about to be taken down. It's jfci.com, and we're rebranding to franchetticommunications.com in celebration of our 35th anniversary in business.
Wow.
And as a company, we are a family-owned second-generation business doing corporate presentation skills and media training. So we get people ready for CNBC, CNN, major stockholder events of that sort. I was actually one of the presentation coaches at the Democratic National Convention in 2012.
Yeah, give her a hand. You're at the end of your second year in cabs.
Yes,
1
I
year in
started
growth with a different business, yeah.
and I've continued on to leverage. And I did growth because I was starting a secondary business to our main brand, focusing on women in communications and leadership.
Yeah.
But our primary brand, Franchetti Communications, is a business that I think many people would envy in terms of the success I had coming into leverage.
Yes.
So many people would say, well, why did you join? Why did you need this? You're already
A
very
very successful business to begin with, very.
We were already a seven-figure business, and with a tremendous reach all around the country and also globally. But my concern was, how do we continue the legacy?
Yeah.
And how do we make this successful for another 35 years?
Yeah.
So my sister and I actually joined together.
Yeah.
She couldn't be here today, but we joined the program together since we're both the second-generation component of the business. And we have done so much to get the business ready for its next 35-year span.
Yeah.
As I was talking to Jessica the other day, I was saying, in some ways, if you want to think of the analogy this way, imagine you had a nice house and it's painted beautifully and it looks good, but every once in a while you'd need a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
And we're not really even putting the fresh coat of paint on yet. What I've done this year is we primed.
Yeah. Tell us where you were in terms of how you and your business were, you within your business a year ago. Tell us about the travel, tell us about all that.
I spend, I'd say, 60% of my time on the road. I live on airplanes.
And you have 3 children.
And I have 3 children under the age of 10.
And how
I get that a
your level of satisfaction around that on a scale of 1 to 10 a year ago?
I was completely burned out, tired. I'd have to say I was at a 1.
Yeah.
On a 1 to 10 scale. I love what I do. I love my clients. I love the work. But there are 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, and
Yeah.
I was working 100 hours plus a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Suzanne, what's transpired? So you're part of Leverage, and growth is about getting you to 6 figures, getting more clients, making more money, marketing. Leverage is when you've got plenty of clients, you're making good money, it's time to leverage your team, your systems, your technology, your scalable business models, your intellectual property, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What's transpired this year as a result of you being in Leverage?
And that's the priming we've done. It has been everything from building out, I never knew what an operations manual was before. We ran a business because we knew how to do what we did. But I put together and wrote a complete operations manual, and as a result of doing that, we're able to train within days a brand new assistant to fully support where we are today.
Yes.
We have transformed the way our back office, our bookkeeping is done, the website, which I'm really excited about. Just remember, franchetticommunications.com in about a month. It's awesome. But it's been done in a way that we learned through you around how to do it in a more, as you would call it, client-attractive way, and thinking about the different components that are going to be there. These are all things that are going to be in place for years.
Yeah.
And without them, if you put that next coat of paint, it's going to peel.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What you come to the meetings 4 times a year. Derek and I are the Leverage meetings are small. You have both of us at the front of the room. What's that experience like, getting such direct access from us?
I'm the type of person where people invest in my business because they want to be with the best and really get to the next level, and I believe in the same for myself.
Yeah.
So when I was exposed to both of you, I said, first, I knew who Fabienne was from following on the website and online just a little bit, and then I learned about Derek, and I like both of you because you're yin and yang to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And for Fabienne, having the access to you, it's the yin to my yang.
Yes.
Because I am not, and by the way, for those of you who are talking about the dancing in the back and all that stuff, Fabienne knows, I'm not the big woo person.
No. And I appreciate that about you, because what you're showing the people sitting in this room, is that you don't have to be woo to be with us.
I spend a lot of time with investment bankers.
Yeah.
You know? And I love them. They're awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I was an investment banker at one point. I just had to do a reality check and make sure there was no
not a big
woo.
crowd, but I believe in investing in myself and my business in the same way that I hope and expect people invest in themselves by hiring me. So I try to practice what I preach. And I very much believe in education and learning and doing better and having the access to the both of you, but also having access to people like Jessica and Shelley, who happen to be in my group, has been wonderful.
Yes.
Because, as others have said, I can reach out, I can send an email, I can post on our Facebook group at the live meetings and say, hey, I'm trying to figure out this thing, and we jump in.
Yeah.
Because what I don't know, someone else does, and vice versa. And we're there to help each other out in this journey.
Yeah. Someone is perhaps thinking about joining us in the Client Attraction Business School, and they've never invested in themselves like this before. And what would you say to them?
If you care about your business, and I'm going to say this for myself, if you also care about creating a better life, the work-life balance that I've been working so hard to create, this is something that will provide that foundation and support for you to allow you to do that.
Yeah.
You know, see, I say, and you've said this before, I have 3 VIP clients, and they're 10 years old, 7 years old, and 7 years old. I can have all the clients in the world, I can make all the money I want,
Yeah.
and I do well.
Yeah, yeah. I want to, you have reduced your travel, you've reduced your working, you've set up systems, operations, you brought on team.
Support.
We're taking support, we're taking your intellectual property.
You took a
and
vacation.
You took
I took a vacation to a spa down the road from here for 5 days about a month ago.
Which had
And
never-
I actually had to promise my wife before getting on the plane coming here that I wasn't going to put a down payment on the condo yet.
Because
Don't say that.
Suzanne and her family didn't take vacations together. That's how. You took vacations. You're working less. You've got systems and team. Your sister, for a part of the year, happily took some time off to be with her new child. And so things change. What happened to your income?
With all of that, our company income is up between 30 and 40% by year end.
Wow.
It's already a 7-figure business. You do the math, okay?
And can I add something?
yeah.
And also, Suzanne, your client, I mean, you serve B2B. Your audience is corporate. And I know that oftentimes we get asked, but I'm not a coach. I'm not in a service-based industry. Your audience, I mean, it's corporate. It's investment bankers. And you've been able to take the website and the marketing and the team and just plug that in and look at the result. That's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, and I remember even having a conversation with you, Derek, before signing up for Leverage, saying, you know, is it all coaches or are there other B2B people in here? And you said, don't worry, Suzanne, there are other B2B. Because I also wanted to make sure that I was getting what I needed.
Yeah.
And there are other B2B
Yeah.
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And I can take what I've learned and apply it to
Exactly.
Yeah.
that community.
Plug and play.
Yes.
Give her a hand, everybody. Woo! Tiffany.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Welcome to
Thank
the
you.
Inspiration Panel.
Thank you for having me.
Who are you? What is your business? How long have you been in cabs?
My name is Tiffany Kane. I'm with ConnectedToYourCore.com, where parents learn to love the most important job they will ever have. I help move parents from a place of frustration to the fulfillment that they wanted to have when they decided to have kids in the first place. And I I'm going on my 3rd year, actually, in cabs, but I found you, or you found me, I'm not sure how that works, actually in 2011, in November of 2011, and that was because in the year 2010, people have defining moments. I had a defining year filled with lots of loss. One of those losses was my husband, who passed away within 24 hours of being admitted to the hospital on Mother's Day. And I had a 2-year-old, and I had my stepson living with me as well. And we owned a business at the time. And so it was a body shop. Body shop. And clearly it was his baby, not mine, but I was left with this responsibility. And coming to the conclusion and trying to do everything I needed to do, I thought to save it, to honor him, had to close it. And after one of the workshops that I went to try and figure out what I needed to do to save the business in his honor, I came home and I thought, I wish they had like an extended care program where I could get a coach and somebody I could actually talk to about how to do all the stuff that I just learned. And I was hardly ever on Facebook at that time, and because of all the loss that had happened, I was searching spiritually for lots of things. And in that moment, I was learning about Buddhism and the Dalai Lama. And like I said, I was never on Facebook, but I got on Facebook, and there was this ad with this blonde lady, and it said, the Dalai Lama was wrong. I'm like, what?
That was my Facebook ad!
How
It's
can
marketing.
That be? So that was actually my first exposure to the Mindset Retreat, because I got to buy the Mindset Retreat and watch it at home.
Why did you decide to join cabs? You were struggling with making things happen. Why cabs?
Because when I finally did come here and be here in person the next year, 2 years ago, and other people have alluded to it, I use a little bit different language. When I am at home, I am surrounded by lovely people whom I love, but they don't understand me. They think I am a complete wackadoo. And so, what do you mean serve a higher purpose? What does that even, I don't know what that means. What are you talking about? What's purpose anyway? But when I came here, and that was something that everybody was talking about anyway, I realized not only am I not a wackadoo, and then I changed it. I thought, no, I'm just not the only wackadoo. So I just really get to be surrounded all the time by people who think like me, even though I'm not physically surrounded by people all the time who think like me.
Yeah. What's happened to your business? What's happened to your income?
Well, so I'm actually an educator by education, and I believe that in order for the next generation to thrive, they have to be able to do 3 things: think creatively, communicate effectively, and take responsibility for their thoughts, words, and actions. And that, thank you. That is not happening systemically anywhere. Pockets, yes, classrooms, yes, but not, maybe schools, but not systemically. And so that's how I landed on doing it with parents. And so all that to say, I worked for the Catholic Church for a good portion of my life. I've worked in public school systems for a good portion of my life. So I was swimming in a lack mentality. And in my best month so far, I made more than double my best month at my highest paying job in anything I ever did in education or for the church.
Tiffany, why would you recommend cabs? You're going into your 3rd year. Why would you recommend cabs?
Well, I don't know what I would do without it, first of all. But you come to events like this, and you get really excited, and you think, I can do this. And you watch this panel, and you think, they can do it, I can do it. And then you go home, and you have all the energy you need for about 3 minutes. Right? Because you get back into the environment with all your old triggers where you weren't doing it before you came. So I can't emphasize how important the support is and the friends I've made. And these are my family. These are my best friends now. These are the people I want to be with.
Yeah. Yeah. Give her a hand.
All the time.
All the time. Congratulations
Thank you.
on everything you've been able to create so far. And what I know about you, Tiffany, is the best is yet to come. Tom Neverman. Woo!
Hello.
Tom, who are you? What is your business and how long have you been in cabs?
My name is Tom Neverman. My company is movingdoctor.com, and I've actually learned something today in how I used to present my business, because I would say I'm an organizing company specializing in relocations. I move rich and annoying people. So I'm going to drop the annoying.
You mean if I hire you, I'm annoying?
I still want to work with the rich people.
How long have you been in cabs?
I've been in cabs. It's
6
a blur.
months?
I think it's
6 months?
5 months. I think about.
Can we give him a hand for being here? Tell us.
When I joined, they said, well, don't worry about the money because you're going to be making more money anyway and it's going to cover it. And I've been in business for 25 years. I had a full head of hair when I started. But, and I was like, oh yeah, everybody says that. It's been amazing. The last few months, I have 2 clients going this week, and from those 2 clients, I will make more than I used to make in a month.
Wow.
Would that have happened if you hadn't been part of cabs?
I don't think so. I wouldn't have left town. I would be there. I would be working in my business instead of being here working on my business.
We have been, We have been working, so this was yours. You've been to 2 meetings? 2 leverage meetings?
No,
Or-
my second one is next week.
You've only
been to one meeting.
He's been to 1 leverage meeting.
One leverage meeting.
What's happened? What's transpired for you in this short amount of time?
Well, there's some stuff you don't even know about yet.
Surprise me.
That just happened like yesterday. So, first of all, I've always used independent contractors. I have 2 employees now. One is full-time back in the office as we speak. And we've been working the last day and a half on asking and owning things and the financial aspect. And I was at my bank a week and a half ago or so, and and he said something about a credit card, and I said, I don't have a credit card. I've been in business 25 years. I've never had a business credit card.
Oh.
I've never taken out a loan. I've never borrowed money. I got approved for a credit card and a line of credit, which I now have that would easily cover my leverage costs. So it totally comes back. It's been amazing. Financially, the last few months, I've made more in the last couple of months than I would make in previous years in a year. And I've been traveling, which the opportunities it's been magical. I had the CABS meeting, our first leverage meeting, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be traveling. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I should be home, I should be working on my business. And I made the commitment to be in Stamford to go to that meeting, and got a call the next day for a client in New York that said, could you come to New York and do our move? And I'm like, yes. Actually going to be on the East Coast. It was with Disney, and they have now asked me to do all their corporate relocation. And I was going to fly from here back to LA, and then to Stamford next week, and got a call 2 weeks ago from a client that said, can you move me to New York? I'm flying from here to New York to do another move in New York and then going to Stanford, so I'm not going back to the West Coast. So.
Why do you love cabs? Why do you love the Leverage Group?
I met you at the MYM retreat, and I was scared to go up and talk to you, so I was like behind in the back of the room. And those of you who know me, it's like, really? you were not gregarious enough to go say hello. And I went to Scott introduced me, and
Thank you,
he said,
Scott.
you need to go to MYM. You need to go to. And I thought, I don't need another. We're here at a 3-day seminar. I don't need another 3-day seminar. I don't need to do exactly what you were saying, I don't need to get all cranked up and go home and have nowhere to go, because I would just spin my wheels. I know that I would lose that momentum. And this program has been so supportive. And the people I've met, your words, that this is the new family, because my family doesn't get me. It's like, oh, you're great, you're gonna spend this money, and then you're gonna be broke again, and you're gonna be crying again that you don't have any money.
That's proven to be quite the opposite. You're not crying, and you are making a lot more money.
Oh, I've been crying.
Funny.
I owe you a box of Kleenex. So thanks for that. So for me, another 3-day seminar, as powerful as this is, it's amazing, and there is support in these rooms, and the people that you meet and connect with, whether it's at lunch or in the hall or whatever, these are people that you have the ability to stay in touch with, and that can motivate you even more. But to have that continued connection with the accountability partners and the coaches that you have that step in for you, Gail is amazing. And the fact that these people can step in and represent you and your company the way they do is worth all the money. And I'm just so grateful to be here. So thank you.
We love you. Hi, Claire. Hi. Hi. Thank you. Tell us about you, tell us about your business, and how long have you been in cabs?
I'm Marie-Claire Hermans from ravishingrail.com, and I came from Belgium, especially to be here today. And what was the question?
What is your business and how long have you been in cabs?
I have been in cabs. I entered cabs actually at the last Mindset retreat. This day or tomorrow.
So it's been
will
a
be
year. Yeah.
Yes. It has been an amazing ride.
What is your business?
Oh, yeah. I'm an energy coach for busy professionals, and I help entrepreneurs, experts, people like you who are tired or overweight, overwhelmed, to elevate and maximize their energy so they can be productive and creative and feel good and confident about their appearance, walk their talk, and live their purpose and passions. That's what I do.
Thank you. What was your business like before you enrolled in the Client Attraction Business School, and what's happened since?
May I add a little story to that?
Little.
Little, I will keep it short.
Yes.
But I just want to share where I come from, because it can be important to people who think, I can't do this. My story begins, my success begins in a little room where I have been dying for almost 5 years. I had a crafted killing cocktail of 6 diseases. And after healing 4 of them, I still was condemned to staying on the sofa or in bed. I was the kind of person who would say to a doctor when they said, you will never heal. I was the kind of person who said, no, you don't get it. I will heal. And I went on a quest and I analyzed my whole situation and I decoded and I found a solution. And I started energizing myself again. I healed my body.
Yeah.
Now I will fast forward. Short enough? Okay. I healed my body, but not my mind. I started my business right after that because I felt so intensively that I have to do something with this experience, with this knowledge. I want to share this. I'd lost my work anyway, and I had passed my 50s. Nobody wanted me. So I thought, let me create some work here. And I started my business, and I had no idea what I was doing. When I was working in my business, getting no results, attracting the wrong clients, no money, I knew that I had to do something. I had to change something up here. I still hadn't processed my illness, and my personality had changed. And I was angry, I was bitter. So I knew I had to change something. And that is when I came to mindset. And
You decided to join CABS.
I decided to join CABS. I was so inspired by the panel, and I sat next to Jessica, and I said to her, you see that? I will be up there next year.
What's happened to you since? Tell me about your business. Tell me about your confidence. Tell me about your income.
I signed up with 23 euro in my account. And that month I had made $48. 84, sorry. Can't exaggerate. The next 3 months were difficult. I agree, I admit. I made only a few $100s, but then, all of a sudden, clients came to me, yummy clients, the clients that I wanted to help and that were inspiring me, and that did the work, and they got results, and they started raving about my work. And then I just went up like this. I skyrocketed coming from 84, and after 6 months, I got my investment back. And And 2 months later, I hit the goal that I had put up there on my goal card and my huge planning board. I hit the 10,000 euro mark, which is $13,000. And that was amazing, coming from $84.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Congratulations. What would you say to somebody who's thinking about joining us, but maybe is a little scared?
I would say scared little birds can fly too. I was a scared little bird when I entered last year the Mindset Retreat and CABS. crying because I had no idea how to pay for this. But when you commit 100%, you get 100% results. And that's why I'm here today, on this seat, not in my bed, sick.
We're so proud for you. Congratulations. Irina.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Tell us who you are, your business, and when you joined CABS.
I'm Irina Benedict, founder of strategicachievementcoach.com, where clients learn to become authentic, empowered and connected, and thrive in life and in business.
How long have you been in CABS?
I've been in CABS 1 year, but I've been around you a little bit longer than that. I left corporate 3 years ago, and after 8 months, my friend Stacy Martino introduced me to your work. Yes, love you, love and passion coach. And then I attended MYM via live stream. I think it was a gift from Derek to me. I don't know how you picked me, Derek, but thank you. And that really made a difference in my life because I done my proprietary system and I started to be able to pay the bills.
Yes. Congratulations, paying the bills. What made you join? Why did you enroll in the Client Attraction Business School? Why was that important to you?
Well, I'm an achiever, like my top strength is an achiever, and I cannot be stuck. And I remember crying like I have the passion. And I remember crying like I really want to do it. And I didn't know how. And because I've learned so much from you, just from like the tiny program that you offered, I thought that this is the next step. And I'm glad I had my shining star there that showed me the way. And I joined as soon as I was able to afford it.
Yes.
And I actually didn't afford it. But I had, after I signed, like I knew exactly the day I'm going to sign, 2 clients showed up.
Yes.
Yes. I really, if you wonder about the vortex is real. Yes. I want to say one more vortex story. In June, I decided I need to go in person. I've been on live stream before I'm in Canada, so it will be...
The growth track meetings are live streamed. So if you live around the world, if you live down the street but you don't feel like coming to the growth track meetings, you can just watch them live from your home. It's kind of cool, right? Mm-hmm. You're supposed to say yeah.
Yes. So I decided to come to the meeting live 1 week and a half before the meeting, and I had no passport. And I didn't know, again, like the money to pay for the travel. That week, I made all the money I needed.
Yes, that's how it works every time.
Yes, and I invented something I never heard. It was called summer camp for my clients that have been through my program.
Yeah.
Out of the 50 ways list.
The 50 ways works every time. Irina, what has happened in your life? Tell me about your income. Tell me about you. Tell me about your business. What are the results of being part of this?
So the short story is I doubled my income since joining CABS.
Doubled your income.
But this is not the big news. The big news is I feel I have a solid foundation in my business. I feel I know how to get clients. I close the sale 90% of the time. Using the Get Acquainted Call checklist that you've been teaching. My website is Ninja.
Ninja, baby!
And I haven't even started to implement what Derek teaches, just a little bit, as much as I could in a short period of time. And I feel secure, like I feel I am where I need to be. I used to work in corporate, and I used to come home, and I couldn't talk. I could not talk. I was so tired. And now, I work in my outdoor office. The CABS people know they all loved my outdoor office. And I will post it in the Mindset Retreat so you can see. It's nested in like trees around, pine trees. And I have a labyrinth that we just built this year close to the office. And I cannot believe I am paid to do that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah. We have, and then Shelley, you're gonna wrap it up for us. But before you, we have another panelist.
Yay!
Hi.
Hi, Fabienne.
How are you?
I'm so good, thank you. Excited to be here.
So great to have you here. Rosie, tell us who you are, where you live, what your business is, and how long you've been in CABS.
Hi, well, my name is Rosie Fuckle. I'm an image consultant. I'm based in the northwest of the UK. And I work with women who are starting to embark on a new journey of their life, and as part of that, they want to reinvent their image. I very much believe that when we look good and we feel good about ourselves, it encourages us to do other things with our lives, and it's a privilege to be part of that process.
Woo!
Wow.
Rosie, how long have you been enrolled in CABS?
I joined CABS at the beginning of June this year, for just 4 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
And where was your business last year? Tell us about you.
To be honest, I don't think I really had a business. I loved what I did and I had an idea of where I wanted it to go. But I had months where I had maybe 1, maybe 2 clients or maybe none at all. My mailing list consisted of existing clients. There was nobody to really market to, and I was confused and I didn't really know where to go or how to grow my business.
And you joined CABS and you started coaching with Sarada.
Correct, yeah.
And how's that been?
She's awesome. It's so cool. It's so nice to have somebody there who takes away the fear. As an example, I'd never networked before. I was really scared about going into a room of people that I'd never met. And she just helped me break it down, speak to the group leader, ask who's in the room. She helped me to prepare, and it just took the fear away, and I felt prepared when I walked in. So it's awesome, it's cool.
Yeah, yeah. How is it, because you are experiencing CABS, have you been to one of the meetings yet, or have you?
No, I've done live stream.
You did live stream. So how is it being, you haven't been to the meetings, but do you feel like you're part of it?
Absolutely. And I join in the dancing. I'm dancing here on my own.
Tell us about your accountability buddy. Tell us about the Facebook group. Tell us about the accountability prompts. Tell us about what it's like to be someone experiencing the Client Attraction Business School, even though you're in a different country.
Accountability is great. Having an AB, somebody that's going through the same process, that understands the pains, the problems, and celebrates with you. I have an awesome family. I have great friends, but they're not in that process, and they don't really understand. And before CABS, I almost felt I was out here on my own.
Yeah.
And having an AB, somebody that's going through that, is just so nice. to be completely honest, I'm not great with posting on the Facebook group, but I get so much from it even so. Again, with networking, there's people, Kelly Schaefer was posting stuff about networking. And there's just people out there just posting helpful stuff all the time that you just either use now or store it up and you know you need it's there when you need it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like you're working alone?
Not anymore. No.
And tell us what kind of results you're creating in your business.
It's really exciting. I've doubled my mailing list in the last 5 months. I've also done in this last 5 months the same turnover I did the entirety of last year.
Wow.
So I'm on target to double my income this year.
Double her income this year. Woo!
I've rebranded because I understand who my clients are now, and I've rebranded on that and given packages for them. So it's just so exciting. I've got a way forward, a strategic way forward now, and I'm just so excited about it.
Yeah. Congratulations, Rosie.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Rose, there are some people in this room and watching on live stream right now who don't live in the U.S.
Yeah.
And would you say to them that that is a barrier, or would you say that it can be done, and what's your feeling about that?
It can absolutely be done. It's not a problem. It doesn't matter where you are. You know, the Facebook group don't care where you are. The live streaming, you don't have to go. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, yeah. Words of advice to somebody who's thinking about it?
If you want to grow your business and you need more clients, I would say jump in, but make the time for it. Scheduling the time for the assignment, scheduling the time with your coach, and do the work. I know when I've done that great things happen. So
yes. Congratulations. That is awesome.
How cool is that?
Shelly Ryuta.
Hello, my name is Shelly Ryuta. I'm the president and founder of the Global Association of Holistic Psychotherapy and Coaching, www.thegap.com. And we work with therapists, healers, coaches, help them develop six-figure plus businesses. Plus, we have certification training programs to teach them holistic methods to accelerate the results of their clients.
How long have you been in cabs?
I am finishing up my 3rd year, and I am going into my 4th year, so I am a master.
Yes, you are. One of the masters. Woo! And you were kind enough to share this on a live stream just recently, and really,
It was a Google Hangout.
It was. I'm sorry. It was a Google Hangout. It was my first time doing it, so I forgot what it was called. And you shared what it was like 3 years ago before you enrolled in cabs. So just briefly share the before, and would you tell them about the after?
Before I joined cabs, I had just finished my first live event, and it was just a really hard situation. You know, we had to fire our event planner the first night. It was just kind of crazy. And so I felt at a really low point because I'd really poured myself into it, and I had this big vision, and it didn't manifest. And so, you know, you and I had been connecting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really need help here. So I signed on, and it was such a beautiful shift. And I've said this to you, Fabian and Derek, over and over again. But just the support and the love is so transformative, because when you have a big vision for your business, it like scares the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
I mean, there's so many people in this room, right? And you need support. You need a tribe surrounding you. Do not do this alone. You know, those of you watching, do not do this alone. Because you need that team, because you're going to bump into things. And that's what, you know, I got from being in cabs, is the support and the strategy and to leverage. You know, we are really expanding our business. You know, after working with you, we did our second live event, which was miraculous and effortless. You know, it was just wonderful, and we brought in like $150,000 And, you know, this year, it was really big leverage. We brought on 3 coaches, hired another administrative assistant. Dave, my beloved here, quit his job last Thursday. To work with us in the business and follow his passion of being a watercolor artist. So, I mean, to be able, like when you said you could, with Derek, you could, I mean, that is priceless.
Yeah.
To be able to help the people you love. My sister works for me full time. She used to work in a job she hated, and you know she was able to come to a meeting. So the ripple effect. You know, not only my life personally, professionally, my clients, income-wise, we're on track to hit $500,000 this next year. So. So just all around, it's just been such a support. And, we talked at the last meeting because people will come up to me too, like, well, what year? They're like, wow, you're going into your 4th year. But it's been neat. People have been saying, wow, it must have really been working for you if you keep signing up, right? Because sometimes people can say the opposite, like, well, what's going on? But it really is to get that high level of support, to go to those places, because you keep bumping up against things, and why do it alone? And get that love and support to just, take it to the highest level possible.
Yeah. What do you appreciate about having Derek on your advisory board, if you will?
He's like internet ninja specialist, and so I love being able to ask those questions. And I did his, training that he did, and what he brings to the meetings is so profound. Because we all know internet marketing. That's the way to really catapult your business. And Derek's so passionate about it. He's such a great teacher, just fabulous. So he breaks it down. It's easy to understand and implement. So just really fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We danced around for a little bit before you made the decision. It was a decision. It was a heavy decision to make. Shall I invest in myself? And I know that there are some people who've been dancing around cabs for some time, and it's something that they want to do. It's something they feel pulled to do. But there might be a little voice inside that says, oh, I'm not so sure. What do I do? I know I want to, but what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, yeah, because I had struggled with that initially. It's that voice really of the ego that wants to hold you back. Because I think I sensed, Fabian, working with you, what the possibilities would be, and I think there's a part of me that was scared by that. That was the part that wanted to keep me small. So it's like not taking that voice as valid. It's kind of like, thanks for sharing, I know what I need to do.
As Kelly would say, go have a cocktail.
That's the advice I would give, is to really not give that a lot of validity. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck.
Yeah.
That voice will not get you to your big vision and your income and what you want in your business.
Yeah. Congratulations, Shelley. You have done so well. Give her a big hand. Woo! I know that I speak for Derek as well. We are so very proud for you because you are here representing all of the CAB students and the hard work. Okay? Yes, it's magic. They've done the work. They show up. They talk to their coach. They come to the meetings. They come on the Facebook group. They're there with their accountability buddies every day. They're doing the work and they're getting the results. Please give them a round of applause. Woo!